My name's Davida Shensky, and the title of my program is Live Without Limits, Dreams Come True with the Right Mindset. And today, the title of our program is How to Overcome Fear, the Practice of Facing What You Are Afraid of. Chances are you've been gripped by intense fear before. It can feel very frightening. Life throws all sorts of things our way, and being in the unknown can feel quite scary. It can say, for myself, that overcoming fear is a continual practice. Fear holds so many people back in life. It can keep you from experiencing peace. It can be quite debilitating and because multitudes of life each day riddled with anxiety. Fear causes people to remain locked in prison cells when they would love to feel free. There's all kinds of fear: fear of speaking, fear of claustrophobia, or rather, fear of success, fear of failure, and you can go on and on. So that fear holds many people back in life and can keep you from experiencing peace. It can be quite debilitating and cause multiple ways to live each day riddled in anxiety. Fear causes people to remain locked in prison cells when they would love to feel free. Fear also stagnates your growth and creates other negative emotions. The fear that I'm talking about is negative, though there is a good kind of fear. This is the fear that rises when you are in danger, such as when you hear a very loud noise and your body reacts with the flight or fight response, signaling to you that you may be in danger. This kind of fear is survival kind of fear, and it is a positive thing. So bust out of the prison of fear, the kind of fear that keeps people in bondage is the irrational kind of fear, the kind of fear that acts as your enemy or wants to conquer you and keep you down. Think of fear as the tornado that whirls and twirls, destroying whatever is in its path. And when you talk about bondage and how fear can cause bondage, just think about when someone is a slave and held in bondage. What can they do? They're literally stuck where they're at and they have to only do what they're told they can do. Before you know it, all of your stuff can be gone. And you wonder, what in the world hit you? Fear must be identified and conquered to live a life of freedom, joy, peace, and success. If you understand the or have the right tools, this is quite possible. Fear does not want you to reach your potential. It does not care about your goals. Therefore, you must learn how to contend against it. Have you ever been plagued with fear? Have you ever been tormented by fearful thoughts, so much so that you couldn't sleep or were on edge all day? Do you wrestle with fearful thoughts like, I'm afraid I'm going to lose my job? I'm afraid that I'll get cancer and die. I'm afraid that my partner will cheat on me. I'm afraid that my kids won't turn out right. I'm afraid I will fail. Resist mulling on negative thoughts. Some of these kinds of thoughts are common if you only entertain them for a few seconds and move on, you should be fine. However, if you entertain them in your mind for long periods of time, day after day, fear will begin to hold you and try to bring you down. I am aware that some people live their lives filled with fear in quiet desperation. You might not know it, but they don't talk about their fears, but inside they are struggling day in and day out. They're afraid they will falter in some way. They're afraid of the economy, getting sick, and so on. Ultimately, they're afraid of the unknown. Now, if 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 you wrestle with fear, you can get out from it, but it will take time, effort, and practice. Now, there's two ways you can get fear. One, experience it personally, and secondary, through someone else's personal experience. And when it's secondary, it's almost like it's worse because you really don't know what you're scared of, except that you saw a parent was scared, and so you develop a fear simply because of their own fears. Face fear head on. It's time to face fear head on. It's time to confront it and learn how to overcome fear, to let your thoughts become positive and your emotions to be joyful. Whatever your fears are, it's time to minimize or eliminate them. Confronting and overcoming fear means that you will have to step out of your comfort zone. It might not be comfortable, but it is well worth it. Take a few minutes and write down your fears. Think about what kinds of fearful thoughts plague you. Do you fear a breakup, loss of a job, flying, new relationship, dating, your spouse cheating, having no money, sickness, losing a loved one, success, being on your own? List everything that you can think of. Now, I always had a mother that would always tell me how you can't. You can't live on your own. You can't think for yourself. You can't. And often fears come out of those things that you hear that you can't do. So the idea here is, how are you going to break those fears based on things that other people told you that put limitations on your true capabilities? So now take those fears and write a positive sentence that reflects no fear. For example, if you fear that you will fail, you begin your own business right. I am highly capable of beginning my own business. I'm confident that I can do it, and if any issues arise, I am confident that I can handle them. I have great courage to face any fear that pops up. I can do it. Courage is the ability to do something despite fear. Trying something new is bound to bring some anxious thoughts, but be courageous and do it anyway. Look fear in the face and say, I see you, but I'm walking through you. Successful people have wrestled with fear also, confronted it, and plodded on courageously. So can you. Practice silent meditation and prayer. Adopting a daily practice of silent meditation and prayer can help you overcome fear also. In that quiet time, you can relax and learn to become more of an observer of your thoughts rather than letting your thoughts control your emotions. You can become a witness to the mind from the perspective of your spiritual being. And this will help you as you navigate your days. Take 10 to 15 minutes a day and just sit in silence. Take a few deep breaths and relax. Focus on your breath. If a thought pops into your mind, simply observe it and then let it float away. It's all right if thoughts come. Simply be an observer. You can also take some time to pray if you have a higher power concerning any fears that you're contending with at the moment. Ask for help. Cultivating a practice of quiet meditation or a relationship with your higher power can help you decrease fearful thoughts and enjoy more peace. Overcome fear and live more mindfully. Go ahead and live in the present moment, full of faith and love, knowing that you can quiet your thoughts. You can overcome fear with dedication to working on thoughts underlying the emotion. Spend time daily boosting your faith and cultivating that sacred, quiet space where you can connect with the source of peace and love that can help you to calm any fear. Now, we've been talking about fears and thoughts, and I have a program that's called Change Your Thoughts, Transform Your Life, and it's a 5-day challenge. The first day we talk about those subconscious thoughts because those subconscious thoughts are based on the things that you've heard over the years and that you've internalized. Then we talk about toxic relationships because those toxic relationships are the things that put those fears into your head. On the third day, we talk about the workplace culture simply because communication in that culture determines how successful you are and the quality of working together as a team. On the fourth day, we talk about negative thoughts and how to transform them into positive ones. On the fifth day, we review everything, and then once it's all reviewed, we talk about where do we go from here. So to take part in that challenge, you need to go to changeyourthoughtschallenge.com/join the challenge in order to take part and learn to overcome your fears. And I look forward to seeing you there.